Alrighty. Can people hear me? If you can, if someone can hear me, can you please type yes in the chat, just to make sure that so I'm not talking here for an hour, for a half hour, and nobody hearing me.
Welcome back, everyone. Ray Ferraro down at ice level. My name is James Savos.
Oh, Rick, you're already ahead of the game, are you? Well, anyway, welcome to the flurries and the baubles. I know everybody's talked about them. If you've been part of my team in the past, you know that every season, at the end of the season, I look to do an award show, because I like to make sure that everybody gets recognized, and that we can just have some fun and look back on the season. Even if it wasn't a good season, we can still look back on the season and take a look at people's accomplishments. So I know you guys are all excited and want to get started here right off the bat. So we're going to just start. We're going to start with the bad boys of the group here. We're going to start out in our penalty minutes category. Now, our current single season record is held by a buddy of mine. Some of you guys know him, some of you guys don't. His name is Ryan Dees, and he acquired 50 minutes worth of penalties in one season, and that was back in season 9, I believe. Unfortunately, nobody has been close to that since. Chris, you will be taking over the franchise penalty minutes leader. You tied and shared that with Dees until this year. So, without further ado, penalty minutes coming in at number 5. Even though he had a couple of fights at the end of the season and stuff, he only come in 5th on the penalty minute totals with 21 minutes, and that is Urban Gorilla. Way to go there, Urban. Way to try and stay out of the box. Next one that comes along at the number 4 spot here, he was a new addition to our team late in the season, but that didn't keep him from staying out of the penalty box. With 22 minutes, 4th place on that list goes to Farnsey. So hopefully next season we can maybe try and lower that. If not, we'll probably see you back in the box. Next is a 3rd on our list, and again he was another late acquisition with the team, but his penalty minutes still count towards our totals. So with 23 minutes in the box this season, that one goes to our inglorious Spring Dog. And then we take a little bit of a jump, going from 23 minutes all the way up to 28 minutes. And this guy was definitely a rock on his line, but unfortunately he did have a bit of a stick problem. So with 28 minutes and taking 2nd place on our penalty minutes leaderboard is Roland version 2. Version 1 probably would have had about 80 penalty minutes, but version 2 just kept it to a nice minimum 28. And then taking top spot, I guess Ricky wants me to refer it not as the bauble, but as the dildo award. Ricky Rick takes the number 1 spot this season with 31 penalty minutes. So again, not close to our single season record, but 31 minutes in the box to think about what he did all season is what Ricky Rick was able to accomplish. And then, of course, going along with the penalty minutes, we do like to look at our hits category, because a lot of the times a few hits do end up into charges and interferences and such. So our single season leader that we have had in the Allen American group has been a few of you guys know him in the chat, and I've had a chance to play with him. But Danks takes our single season record with 204 hits in one season, and that was, I believe, season 9. So let's start out the old hit parade here at number 5 with 61 hits is going out to Schmitty. Good job laying the body out on people. So 61 hits is our benchmark at number 5. Then we jump up to number 4 with 77 hits. Guy likes number 77, so we'll go with that. And that goes out to Farnsey with 77 hits. Next we jump up into the 80s mark with 83. And even though he pulled up 31 penalty minutes, he still was able to pull a lot of hits as well. And that goes out to Ricky Rick with 83 hits at the 3rd place. 2nd place, even though he only spent a minimum amount of time in the box, he did lay out a lot of hits, and that goes out to Urban Gorilla with the number 2 spot. He takes it with 94 hits on the season. And just edging him out would be his D partner this season. Biff Bowflex takes the #1 spot this season with 96 hits. So good job, Biff. Way to get yourself a bauble in the first season with us. And I hope that in future seasons we can probably line your mantle with a few more.
That shot's an absolute bullet. The goaltenders always work on their eye tracking.
A little side note here. I do like to do a couple little specific awards and that. So this one's just going out to our centerman. So this one's going out to Ricky Rick, going out to Roland, and going out to Schmitty. For our face-off percentages, if you want to get technical, both Kucherov and Fett were 100% on the season, but they are not a centerman, so I did not include them in the list. Just our 3 main centermen, and they've been with us all season, and so great job, guys. Way to hold your own in the center. Coming in on the 3rd spot there, Roland. Good job there playing center. 48.4% in the face-off dot. Ricky Rick, you come in at 2nd place with just over the 50% mark with a 50.3%. That's right, a 50.3, not 53%. Ricky, that was you. And then taking number 1 spot this season for the old face-offs would be Schmitty with 58.7%. So great job on the face-off dot. Helps us control a lot of the play this season. So good job, guys. Keep that up for next season.
Wichita's got the puck along the wall. Takes it across the
now I'll take a little detour into our Flurry Awards, as this is quite a quick section, and in no way or is this me trying to pump my own tires or anything like that, because Kenny, C's, Sangford, and Left Hand Larceny, you guys all chipped in, and it was a team effort every night. So I know that my name will appear pretty much at the top of every stat, but I do want you guys to know that your work and effort in every game was very much appreciated by myself and the team. So hopefully next season we can build on these things. So for the couple of flurries that we've got, save percentage and goals against average. Save percentage seized, you were able to bring it in at number 4 with 71.5. Kenny, you were able to step it up a little bit with 72.7 to take the 3rd. Left hand, you had the 76.3% save percentage, and then I took top spot with 78.7. So definitely NHL 20s was very, very different, very difficult on the goalies. So it showed in our stats, I guess. And then with the goals against average, Kenny, you had a 5.26 on the season. Seized had a 4.38 goals against average. Left hand, you were able to bring it in at 3.76, and then I was with a 3.63. So, like I said, good job to everybody trying to do their best every game, and hopefully next season we can just build on it. And now we're going back to taking a little intermission here as well to say to everybody, even if I know a lot of these categories will have the same group of people, same names and stuff, but even though you didn't get into the top 5 or anything, just remember that every game you played, every minute you played, every stride you took, everything helped the team. It was team effort, and I would like to again say to everybody, I appreciate your effort, I appreciate your contributions, and I really hope that overall everybody had themselves a successful season, even if the point totals or the records didn't match. And that, I know a few of you guys were brand new to LG, so I'm hoping that this was a fair introduction to LG. And so if there's any other questions, or if there's anything that you guys want to ask in the off season, that I am more than willing to try and help you out with any answers that I know, or I'll try and dig up an answer for you if I can. I know a few of you guys are already asking me about World Juniors. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anything yet to know when the World Juniors are going to start. I would believe that they're going to be starting here, I'd say in a week or two. We should be able to get tryout games and that going. Whether or not it starts before Christmas, I'm not too sure. But anyway, we're going to get back to the awards here.
And he regains control of the puck. And he makes the save.
30 seconds here, guys. Just got to do a quick change here.
Lots of time left in this period. 1-0 to score. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Through center along the wing. Here's a chance.
Oh, stick craters on him. So disappointing.
There's $300 you won't get back.
He's not paying anyway.
Takes the feed.
All right. Sorry, guys. Had to change there for a moment. Anyway, let's get back to our bobble awards. So now we're done with the flurries. Great job to the goalies in those categories. Let's get to the assist leaders here. And last year we were able to have ourselves a person who was able to set a new franchise single season record. And that goes out to our GM of this season, BFET, for his job. Last year he was able to put up 45 assists in a season. So that's been able to take hold the number one spot. And this season, unfortunately, we took a little bit of a step back, but again, every season's different. Lots of variables determine whether or not things go well or not. So with our assists coming in at number 5 is actually a tie. We've got Springdog and Roland taking up the 5th spot with 21 assists this season. So great job, guys. Way to find the puck. Way to move it to guys to score. Way to get those opportunities. Number 4 with 23 assists is Schmitty. Way to go there, Schmitty. Way to be an assist as well as a goal scorer on your line. Ricky Rick, great job this season. I know things started off well with your line, and then unfortunately we had a little bit of a mishap, and I know it was difficult to help try and find you guys you were wanting to play with. So, but you were able to make do with what you had, and again, I think a fairly successful season. With 24 assists, you were able to take the 3rd spot in our category here. And then this is also another tie for the 1st and 2nd spot, and that goes to both Barricade and Fett. Both of you guys were able to put up 26 assists this season to share the lead on the team. And as you'll notice there when I go to the goals, that a lot of players played a good solid two-way game this season, and we didn't have the not the variations, but the difference in between goals and assists in the totals. Everyone was pretty even when it came to people's points.
And too much traffic in front blocks that one. Stopped by the goaltender.
Certain saves are more difficult than others. This one right from the slot is turned aside.
Here in the later stages of this period, we got a 1-0 game to this point.
And then, so let's move on to the goals. They're the other half of the equation that makes up the points totals. And like I said, assists and goals for a lot of people were fairly split down the middle. So it shows that guys were trying to evolve their game to not just be a one-way player or one type of player. Guys were trying to do everything they could to not only help themselves but help their team. So last season we had another record set with 46 goals last season. That one goes out to our own Barricade. And so this season he was definitely looking to try and either match that or top that, and gave it a great effort, but we'll see how he ends up on the season here. So coming in on our goal totals here at number 5 with 20 goals on the season, able to break the 20 goal mark, is our own GM B-Fet. Way to go there, Fet. Way to hit the 20 goal mark this season. That's a pretty good accomplishment. I know that's something that I usually, when I'm looking at players and that I think of a good season, is with 24 games being played, if you're able to score a goal a game, that's a pretty good clip. So you being able to hit the 20 goal mark, I think, is a big accomplishment for anybody. So like I said, 20 goals. Fet, you start us off there. Number 4 with 22 goals on this season goes out to Schmitty. So a great job that line was able to show that everybody could put the puck in the net and also help each other out. So Schmitty with 22 goals on the season at number 4. And our late addition Spring Dog, unfortunately I'm not sure what the split is between his other teams and when he joined us, but at the end of the season Spring Dog was able to find the net 25 times to light the lamp. So great job, Spring Dog, to take number 3 spot on our team list this season with 25 goals. Of course, one person couldn't let that happen, to try and take top spots. So Ricky Rick said, well, in the last game I'm going to let you score 4 goals, but I'm going to keep my goal totals up as well. So Ricky Rick, you were able to take number 2 on the team this season with 26 goals, just beating out Spring Dog by 1 goal. So great job there, Ricky. Hopefully next season, if you're on the team and that, we can hopefully try and build on that as well. So definitely, guys, make sure that we use our off season and we recruit and we play, and we're just looking to try and build a better team next season. Have some fun with it as well. Nothing too crazy or fancy, but just want to be able to get the job done. And of course, you guys wanted to know where Barricade ended up on the season here, and he was able to take number 1 on the team again this season. So 2 seasons in a row, back to back. Great job there, Barricade. Unfortunately though, he was not able to close in on the 46 goal mark like he said last season, and then he was only able to find the net 29 times. So that is still a great accomplishment on his part, being able to take the team lead this season. And like I said, great job to everybody. Like I said, every goal counted, every assist counted. So even if you're not in the top 5 here, don't think that I didn't look and didn't appreciate everybody's contribution to the season. So after doing the goals and assists, it's usually a total point now. So most of you guys have probably figured out who's probably taken some of the top 5 stuff here. But I bet you're all probably laying bets on who ends up in what position. So coming in at number 5 with 45 points on the season, we've got Schmitty 93. Way to go there, Schmitty. Way to take the 5th spot there. Fet and Spring Dog, you guys each ended up with 46 points. So you're able to just beat out Schmitty, but weren't able to take the top spots. So you're 3rd and 4th. You guys go to Spring Dog and Fet with 46. Ricky Rick was able to take the 2nd spot with 50 points on the season. So great job there, Ricky. Way to break the 50-point plateau. And last season we had a really good lineup. And again, overall points came down to the final game, I believe, between our Love Danks, Fet, and Barricade. And Barricade was able to come out on top with a 65-point season, where Fet and Danks each had, I believe, a 62-point season. So with 65 points, like I said, Barricade took the top spot last season and has set our franchise record for a single season. Unfortunately, this season he was unable to beat it, but it's definitely there to be beaten for future seasons. And with 55 points, Barricade, you were able to take top spot on the team for points. So Barricade, you had 55 points, consisting of 29 goals and 26 assists. Ricky had 50 points, consisting of 26 goals and 24 assists. Springdog and Fett with 46 points each. Springdog with 25 goals and 21 assists. And Fett with 20 goals and 26 assists. And then Schmitty, you were able to come in at number 5 with 45 points, which consisted of 22 goals and 23 assists. So, pretty much a couple of lines on the team had really helped us out, and definitely everybody else was a contributing factor as well. Like I said, unfortunately our season got cut a little shorter than we wanted it to, because I know a lot of you guys wanted to make the playoffs and make some noise and see if we couldn't upset a few teams. So like I said, our job is only might be finished this season, but it's not done, and we're definitely looking at. I'm hoping everybody's got the fire for next season, that they want to do better. They want to, not only themselves but as a team. I hope that we don't find ourselves in a situation where we did this season, where we had a good first half of the season and then had a hard time bouncing back in the second half of the season. Hopefully next season we'll be able to learn to handle the and contribute, execute consistently. It's the biggest thing. I'm hoping that a lot of the things that I've talked about over the season with you guys, I hope that it instills with you, trying things in other games with other groups of people, seeing what works and what doesn't, and bringing ideas to the table, because this game is built on the people. I know that esports is taking a big jump and not doing the 1v1 world championships and stuff, but I really feel like the online 6v6 is the bread and butter and the heart of the community, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with friends, neighbors, people all over the world, and I know everybody gets mad and stuff at this game a lot, and frustration levels, but it's all part of the game. It's all part of getting. It's all part of a player evolving. Is learning how people think, learning how people act, and I hope that everybody's able to find groups of people that they can play and they can interact with and have fun, because at the end of the day, this is just a game. Win, lose, or draw, everybody still has their own daily life to live, and there's much more important and more pressing matters that are usually going on than just a video game, even though I know a lot of us would like to think otherwise. But again, I would like to say thank you to everybody this season for being a part of the team. I really hope that you guys enjoyed your experience this season with LG and look to continue it next season. Like I said, there's 2 months roughly of off season now for teams that didn't make the playoffs. Tryouts for teams will probably be beginning around mid-January-ish, towards the end is when most of the main tryouts will start, because owner lists and that won't be out until after all the championships have been won. So kind of waiting on who's going to be owner and stuff. But a lot of the returning owners I know will probably be posting up tryouts and that as well, because they already have an idea that they'll be returning, and
decision-making for the coaches, doesn't it? It does, but they
So
must feel
pretty much, guys, try and get your name out there. Build those relationships with people, and yeah, I think season 13 starts around. Will start around Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken. Probably just after Valentine's Day, whenever that is on the schedule. So maybe Valentine's Day to Family Day. Up here in Canada, I don't know what the heck if you guys have any kind of holiday on the third weekend of February, I believe it is in the States. I'm not sure what you got, but again, guys, I know I'm rambling now. You guys have probably already got the message that it's been fun. We'll definitely continue it because, like I said, I'm planning on returning next season as an owner. Next season is, I believe, going to be my last season as an owner. So I'm really hoping to take that the next step and not only have a successful regular season, but actually make the playoffs and do some damage in the playoffs. So again, boys, I'll be open. The Discords will stay open as well, so if you want to leave the Discords, that's up to you, because definitely be still using them to find guys, find groups of players. I'll be probably adding more new people and that as time goes on. And again, I've enjoyed my time this season with you guys, and I really hope to continue it, and I really hope we can get to have a lot of fun and work towards being the best team that we can in season 13. So thank you, everybody, and like I said, it's all a game. Let's have fun and kick ass along the way. And I know you guys are all like, oh my god, he just went an entire show and he didn't even mention the fact that Happy probably fell asleep halfway through because he's probably having his mid-afternoon nap already. You knew I had to sneak one in there. But again, boys and girls, it's been fun. Let's keep it up, and I'll see you guys on the ice.